Somebody's speaking loud. Okay, we are live. So,
So,
ready for our
ready
next
for the next election.
We have Ms.
We have Ms.
Rohi,
Rohi here.
we have
We have
Iris,
Iris,
Miss
Ms.
Jo
Joe
Ellen,
Ellen,
and
and they were
in
in
the
the
back,
back. Can't be
her,
heard.
and I'm here.
Here.
I don't see it live here on Facebook. But
So
what do you
what do
guys
you guys think about the upcoming election?
do? You think we're
Think
going
we're
to
going
have
to have Donald
Trump
Trump, or are we going to have President?
I don't
Vice
think we're gonna
President
know until Wednesday,
to Wednesday?
but it's, in the last few days, I feel something has happened that is causing more voters to sway toward Harris, that we're going to vote for Trump because of the things he said and done just in the last few days. That's just my personal feeling, that's it.
Well, I think the turnouts are record numbers this time around. It started out a little bit slow,
And then the second day after that, first day was, of course, going to be different.
But
But after that, I went like on Friday, and boy, it was a line around the building. So my strategy was still Sunday after church. And went there Sunday, got there at 11:30, the polls opened at 12 noon, and my God, the line again was out. Actually wrapped around the building. So we had breakfast, came back, and I was talking. I went to bed with me.
Yeah, that's where I went.
My friend Ilka, she was on maybe two podcasts, but she said that she went on, I think that was last Sunday, and she said that she was able to get it in but get out. That was her first time voting in a presidential election because
First time voting for the presidential election? Wow.
Good for her.
because she's German, but she's now an American citizen. So she said she found another immigrant friend and they went and voted. It's like a big party.
Well, this time around, I'm really excited because I got lots of the young adults who I thought were registered to vote, but actually were not registered to vote. And so I was very happy that quite a few of them, I got them registered, and they were so excited. They came back and told me I voted today, or they sent me a text. That made me feel really good because when you're 21, 22, 23, and nobody told you about registering to vote, or even told you about the process, it kind of made me very sad, but happy at the same time that I was able to get them registered and they were able to vote this election.
So, Ms. Jo,
Mr. Ellen, I think we lost Mr. Ellen.
so how do you think it's going to pan out in the editorial state?
I think Pennsylvania's gonna go for Kamala.
Well,
I think there's been a turnover because there's a big movement with the Puerto Ricans now. They're very offended. They wanted an apology and they got everything but an apology. Riding around in a garbage truck didn't help, I don't think. Or wearing garbage costumes.
So
There's
the point in that? What's the point of the
my thoughts on these people driving a garbage truck was just a photo op for him. He's got an ego that you've never seen in your life, bigger than anybody's ever seen. But the garbage thing and the people wearing garbage, I don't even think they realized that they were actually making fun of themselves, criticizing themselves. This, to call this country garbage that made this man a billionaire when we struggle from day to day to buy food.
I thought it was very sickening to call them garbage, not to offer them apology. Not once did he come out and say anything to the Puerto Rican people. Not once did he come out and say anything to the media. And he's just gone his merry way like it's nothing. And of course, it's so offensive to him. And you see all the celebrities like Mark Anthony and J-Lo get up, and Sonny Hopkins. Actually, he said we need to go to the polls and take out the garbage on Wednesday. And I'm pleased that he said that because her parents are there. For her to hear, that's the way you feel about my parents. That's the way you feel about culture in my people. And we're the ones, if you look at it, a lot of Latinos and Hispanics, they're the ones who take the jobs that a lot of people think are too good for them. They think they're too good to do those jobs. They're the ones who clean the hotel. They're the ones who take and wash the dishes, serve the tables, up the tables. And they are proud people that do whatever it takes to take care of their families. And for him to call them trash, probably about 99% of those people work for you in your hotel. So, for him to say that, it's very disheartening.
Trump was fined more times than I can count. Living in New York, I know about Trump. Everybody does who lives in the metropolitan area. He was constantly being fined for hiring illegals. He didn't want to pay people, so he only would hire illegals.
He shouldn't even be allowed to run for president. Had it been somebody else, had it been Barack Obama, anybody else, he would not be allowed to run president. This man, Trump, has been convicted of 34 felonies. He has a history of racism. He's been impeached twice.
Just the insurrection, nothing else. The insurrection should have disqualified him.
Yeah, I'm doing the podcast.
He did try to stop him. I think it's what they did. The peaceful transfer of power. It was all him. And yet again, not an apology. His daughter had to go in and actually tell him, you have to step up and say something. Stop these people.
And he didn't.
And he did not. He did not. And yet he's allowed to run for president. And he's one of those people that has in his mind a dictatorship. That's what
he wants to be. He wants to be Adolf Hitler.
What he wants to be.
He has been called by not only Dr. Mary Trump, but by other top people in like the psychology world that is a malignant narcissist. So a malignant narcissist by design is somebody who wants to be in control. They only want what's best for them. They don't care really and truly about others. They might try to act like they care about others, but deep down inside their actions say differently. So that is, you're dealing with that type of toxicity, that type of malignant personality, that it's just not good, for lack of better words. It's just not good. So even the people surrounding him that have worked with him, how many of them have come out and said, "Oh, it's awful. It's not a good, not a good not a good person, not a good president, not a good first person." That's kind of speaks to the core, of who he is. And in reference to the garbage comment, yes, that was a joke made at one of his rallies by a comedian.
That he said that he had nothing to do with it. I don't even know the guy.
No way.
But they know for a fact that everybody going on and speaking was vetted before they got up there. Everything was, every word for word was read and approved.
Yeah.
So it's just another lie. He doesn't know how to tell the truth.
That's another characteristic of a narcissist. So just kind of in terms of the people who follow him. That's kind of that's really our problem right now. So it's just kind of like how do you reach those people, again, everybody's entitled to their opinions and blah, 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 blah. But sometimes it's like, no, you're wrong. You're really wrong. People who are in that MAGA,
they won't read the facts. They won't do the research. And even if they do, they say this is a lie.
yes, they will say anything. They will say this can is not pink. That's a lie.
They say a lot, but they say he didn't do that, and that's not what he meant.
Always hear, even on these political shows, trying to break down what Trump really was meaning by that. Okay, yes, he did say that, but what he really was meaning was, and it's just like, you know what? Okay, he needs to be more careful then about his words.
Right.
He's not really, that's not what he really means, but we all know it is what he really means. If that's what you're saying, well, then he needs to be more aware of what he's saying. Especially if nothing else, you're running for president. You just watch your mouth for, but we know that that's who he is.
To me, if you want this man to represent this country, that we've all worked so hard to make it what it is.
But it's so hard to say about it's a right thing says about all races, all minorities, the things that he said about women in general.
Well, look what he took away from us, our body.
Exactly.
Like my uterus back.
He's going to no matter what. Whether they like it or not.
All women are to him is for sex and nothing else.
That's it.
And to take care of him. And his wife has nothing to do with him.
She just
showed up recently because she has a book to sell.
Yeah.
I don't want her to be our first lady. She's the worst first lady in history.
Well, I think you kind of overlook the fact that Vice President Barrett really and truly look at her record. She is the most qualified person to run for office than anybody that has ran in the past. She's district attorney, state attorney general, she's a senator, vice president. You can't get more qualified than that. She is working on the local level, the federal level. So I think about all of the people, I don't care if it's President Clinton, Hillary Clinton, or Barack Obama, Michelle, she has worked in all aspects of the government. She by far is the most experienced person who has ran for office.
Exactly. She knows the Constitution.
And she knows the Constitution. And they are overlooking that. They look at the people who are. Everybody knows I'm a very, cross the board fair person. I can talk about anything. I'm not easily offended. But when I look at some people and they talk about how wonderful Trump is and how much he has done for our country, it really saddens me because then I begin to look at that person. I begin to look at that person and say, well, hey, maybe I missed something about me because it's clear that I don't see the same thing. We see a president that is a big that does not say not one good thing about minorities or women. So maybe I need to reassess things about this because I had a conversation with Mr. James the other day, and he was saying how the insurrection it was a peaceful march. And I had to say, of course, I had to say, okay, let me stop you right there because that's a ball thing. And you could not have been looking at the same exact thing that I was looking at. So I want you to tell me, like I'm a 4-year-old, at what time was anything peaceful on the country?
I sat down right in my living room because I did not believe it was happening in my home.
My sister was watching it, and I asked her, "What movie are you watching?" Because I thought it was one of those Harrison Ford movies. And she goes, "What are you talking about?"
this is happening right now in the Capitol. And I just dropped my bags right there and said, and I'm like, are you kidding me?
Right.
The whole world gets to see this tyrant. It was just so heartbreaking that people were going down the hallway, calling out Nancy Pelosi's name, saying things about Pence, his own vice president. This is the person that you chose. And now you want them to go down the hallways with the news talking about hanging him. It was just so sad.
And he didn't care if it happened. They literally had a noose ready to hang him.
They had a news and for them to go into Nancy Pelosi's office and put their legs up on the desk.
So disrespectful.
It was so disrespectful of our country, of what we stand for.
Actually, I mean, I remember that.
And for them to barricade, they
Yeah.
actually barricaded themselves in there.
And
He doesn't see where people died that day.
our senator locked himself in a closet.
In the closet. Yes.
He was chicken. Ted Cruz locked himself in a closet.
There's only one other time when kind of something came, I may not be able, I may not think clearly, maybe 3 times, when just in disbelief at what was happening before my eyes, on the news. So I remember the first time was probably, I think I was in 7th grade when Ronald Reagan got shot.
Mm-hmm.
So we were at school, and I remember it was just like craziness at school hearing that news. And again, I'm probably not thinking clearly, but the second time, and I'm jumping, but the second time was 9/11. I remember at work and at B. Anderson, and it was just like, why is everybody in the break room just staring at the TV and disbelief? So that was the second time. Again, I'm probably skipping over a lot of the things, but these things kind of stick out to me. The third time was January 6th, seeing all of that awful stuff happening. I mean, that was like beyond awful. And then the fourth time, go ahead and throw it there, was when I remember watching it like last week and just watching the media say that about Puerto Rico.
And they left.
And
They
then
all left.
Indians go out and make their Halloween costume as though it's something to laugh about.
His son and their family, his 2 sons.
Dressed up in garbage. And actually they are garbage.
They are
They
garbage.
are garbage. They are garbage.
That's how I'm.
So it's very sad for them.
I didn't know that part. So Trump's son,
Both of his sons are
Eric and Donald.
Eric and Donald.
That's too long.
Trash.
come on. I just, I just can't.
And the MAGA people were doing it.
And
And their kids were doing
It is amazing when people say make America. I want to know, when was America great?
Not, was it not great?
When was it
I can
not
tell you,
When was it not-
2016 to
When was
2020.
it not great?
And I'm just going to go ahead and say this too. I'm not going to say who, but it's going to be very, very close to me. She sent me this election kind of information thing. It was like a set of videos. Comes from a very conservative Christian, person, and I am very much a Christian. I'm a believer in Jesus Christ, so I'm not saying that, but this extreme right kind of thing. So anyway, so I just said, you know what? I know what I'm going to see. So I clicked one of the videos, and it's 2 ministers, and they're talking about why you should vote for Trump based upon biblical value. I don't know if I spit my coffee out.
Except for Donald Trump doesn't go to church.
He doesn't go to
He's an unbeliever.
and held the Bible upside down.
Oh, and then there's Trump.
Yeah, he was holding the Bible. He was holding it upside down to let you know he never picked the Bible up. Right.
And before that, he had the crowd gas to get them out of the way so he could have that photo op.
Oh, God.
I mean, when they say, are you better off today than you were 2016 to 2020? I sure was, because during his administration, I lost my job. I couldn't get another job. My husband almost died from COVID.
Oh, we won't.
While he
It was a horrible
time.
time.
President Putin, COVID vaccines and COVID tests.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And it wasn't telling people to drink.
Bleach.
Yeah, bleach.
Inject bleach.
Yeah.
And he was telling them to take that medication, which is for malaria.
Mhm.
And
There's so much false information that was given out during COVID.
And he turned people against Dr. Fauci, the greatest immunologist of all time. The man who helped develop the COVID vaccine and saved I don't know how many lives.
Yeah.
He wanted people to kill because he didn't like what he was saying.
Someone in their family that was touched with COVID.
Everybody.
Every single person had somebody that was touched with COVID. Some family member died, or some family member that had gotten sick, had issues with COVID.
And I want to say one thing, if Trump gets elected again,
Oh, my God.
you can forget ever seeing a vaccine again because RFK Jr. is going to be in charge of it.
Oh.
And he's a conspiracy theorist. He doesn't believe in vaccines. He doesn't believe in fluoride in water. He's a real crackpot, and we will never forget women's rights.
You will never get women's
rights. You'll never get anything. You won't be able to get vaccinations for your kids.
You're exactly right. Exactly right. It's just, it's really scary. And as we go my
I know.
He cannot get back in office. We cannot. You have to get out and vote. You have to, kids, if they're 18 or older and they're registered, you have to get them out there and vote. Vote right away. They have to, because it's so important. It's so important.
Just, I mean, it's like literally your life depends on it.
Your life depends on it. And the people don't realize, and the people that, if you look at some of these little small towns, people that are talking about it, they don't have a clue what they're talking about.
Exactly.
They're supporting him, and he's going into a small little town, and they don't have an inkling about what's going on.
That's the scary.
That's the scary part. That is the scary part.
And if you look at his mental decline from 2016 to 9, he's just not there anymore.
No.
And I want people to realize also when they elect him, I doubt if he's going to live another 4 years. He is not in good health. And you're going to have J.D. Vance, whose only political experience is 2 years in the Senate.
Oh, now that right there is.
He's in that job.
Yeah, he is. Yes, that.
You want to talk about sexist. He
Oh.
referred to his wife when he talks about his wife and children. Those are her kids.
Oh my God.
Never talked about them being their kids. Or they're always her kids.
I don't even want to ask why he said. Yeah. It's
Have your friends, they talked about voting and have done that to vote at the university? Actually, yes. My friends voted no. Like, I feel like this election is like very everyone behind like difficult to make where did we go? So this is stuff that like we really need to defend us now. In our time to these changing our lives and find jobs and us being new graduates, being out in the world and adults. Like we talk about it a lot in voting. We sat there and watched that. I mean, like me and my friends we all try to make sure that we're all going out, we're all putting days go out together. There are a lot of families that voted together. Parents took their kids, and young adult kids, and they voted together.
Yeah.
I took my nephew and he asked me to print up the zombie ballot. And he stood there and he went over it and highlighted everything. And I was so excited for him. And he went in and voted with his little zombie ballot. Yeah. So a lot of families voted together. Like even my parents, like every year we go vote in our group chat as all because like sitting our pictures out.
Yeah.
I had everybody
It's a privilege.
on Facebook, you know, and on the Speakeasy Book Club. I ask people to post, especially women, to post their voting and get their little voting stickers of voting. And I was so surprised that so many people went on and posted their pictures where they actually voted. So I was excited about that.
Yeah. It's just, yes. I keep saying in my set, in my head, that next election cycle, we will vote for Kamala again.
Yes,
Then
we vote for Kamala again.
Jamie will be able to come with me. She'll be 18 in February, so she just missed it. But,
Jimmy Carter got to vote. He said he was gonna live
yeah.
He
and
said
he
he
vote,
wanted
and he
to
did.
live to be able to vote for the first president.
Yes.
And he did.
And he did.
I just love it.
I just love that he wanted to. How old is he, Nancy?
100. He just turned 100. And to hear also that Barbara Bush is going door to door, knocking on doors for people to vote for Kamala. She's, George, George had, they had two girls, Janet. Barbara Bush, she passed away.
Barbara, because she comes from the bed.
But I'll tell you what, Mama Bush hated Donald Trump. He hated Donald Trump. And so did the Republicans. And if she were alive today, she'd be knocking on doors.
She would be knocking on, she would be making speeches. That's a woman that I so respect and love. Yeah.
Everybody.
Like it is. She didn't have any corners. Didn't care who you were. She was not on the Donald Trump call.
So, and then, so then I kind of come full circle with all this. Like you said earlier, Val, when people say they're voting for Trump, and, kind of trying to say something, when it comes to people that are kind of close to you, it comes to be a different kind of thing.
So it's a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
So when they said when Trump was in office, things were a lot better for me. And I say, like when COVID was going on, I feel like if we knew when COVID was going on.
And then I'm like,
Did you have a job? Because I didn't have a job when COVID was going on.
Me either.
So how good was it for you?
yeah, it's like, are you sure it was due to him being in office? Not that it's some circumstance.
Right.
We all go through bad things in our life. We go through good times in our life.
Right.
Are you sure you can really attribute it to when he was in office? So I have several friends who, post on Facebook, and these are like my everyday friends. Yeah, voted. I can tell that they're not trying to say who they voted for, but then, somebody in the comments will say, I know that you voted. I hope you voted the right way. And then
I
they're like,
I hope you voted the right way.
I would say I did vote the right way.
Don't get mad at me because I let you know how I truly feel. Don't get mad because I'm voicing my opinion, because Trump is not, he doesn't like you either.
Exactly.
I let him know.
He does not like you either.
I'm an independent. I voted for Republicans. I voted for Democrats.
Yeah.
But I have no respect right now. It is not a Republican Party. I don't know. They're just these extremists now. Look at our governor. He doesn't care what the federal government tells him.
But the one thing I love is when Liz Cheney said, you can go into that voter's booth. It doesn't matter if you're a Republican or not. You can go into that voter's booth and you can vote the right way. You can vote however you want and nobody will ever know.
Right.
So how many Republicans do you think are going to go into that voter's booth? And they're going to vote for Vice President Harris. And they're going to be fine with it because nobody will know.
That's right.
Nobody will know. And I guarantee you there's a lot of Republicans who are going to do just that.
I think so.
I think so. And then I think about, slimy Trump. I wonder, what is he also dangling over, like some of the Republican Party members over their head, like, I don't know.
They want favors. He promises favors.
Favors, but at the same time, he's voting on getting office because he said at any time. So once he gets in there, he has a vendetta. Once he gets in there, he's going to pay back everybody that went against him.
That's the
With
main
the military.
thing. That's right.
With the military.
With the military, that's exactly right. So people who are sitting there talking about, I'm gonna vote for Trump because he did this when he was in office, everything was much better for me when he was in office. Really think about if it was better for you or not. Because it definitely wasn't better for me.
It was better for me. And I want people to think about who did that to their people. Hitler did that to his
Hitler
people.
did that to their
He
people.
took his armies and everybody he considered his enemy, he killed. I mean, brutally.
Well, he just said the other day, if he doesn't get in office, there will be a bloodbath. Why would you say that? Why would you say that to the American people? Because you're sending out that little note to all of your cronies that if I don't get in office, we're going to do the same thing that we did.
And don't think they're not getting ready, because I believe they are.
They are. They are. They are. And it's very scary to think if he doesn't get in office.
He will
He
not.
will not.
I
I
truly
truly
believe.
believe he
You
will
know,
not.
I pray to God he won't. I really do.
I had
One
one
of
of
my sorority sisters
text
texted
me.
me and she was just saying,
I was some
really,
really
really scared about
this
this
election.
election.
You
You
know,
know, the outcome and
I'm just
it's
like,
like,
yeah,
go,
you know, be prayerful,
prayerful, and be vigilant is trying to help people understand, why they should vote for Kamala. She was just saying,
I
I feel like she's gonna win, but I feel like
I'm gonna have to
but
after
after
she
she
wins.
wins.
I know. That's what's, that's,
Well, number one, he's of course gonna say they cheated.
Yeah, they
yeah.
And he's gonna drag up the one in the recount, he's gonna say they cheated.
They cheated.
Yeah,
And in every recount from the last election, Biden ended up getting more votes and he ended up getting less votes.
You're absolutely right.
Everything.
Every one is gonna be more votes.
So it's
So
gonna be,
You could see it, he's already started.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just like he did last time. He started laying the groundwork in July. When because he could see the numbers going down and Biden being so strong. He was talking about how the only way if he could lose is if they cheated.
That's what he said.
Right. He better be
Looking
looking
out,
out, because
Puerto
the Puerto
Rican
Ricans
went out
there and they're telling them to
not
not vote for him.
Well, the Hispanic community in general. Yeah. A lot of these people came up through the border. And look at what he says. They're garbage, they're murderers, they're criminals.
rapists.
Yeah. They're decent human beings. And you know who's suffering right now? The farmers in like Florida and even Texas, because they can't get migrant workers to work for them. And so their crops are dying and food prices are going up.
Yeah.
Because no American citizen wants to do that work
Yeah, exactly.
for what they pay.
And nobody wants to do, there are people who think that with some of those jobs, they think that they're beneath them. They don't want to wash dishes, they don't want to mop the floor, they want to take out the trash in restaurants. They don't want to clean hotels, they don't want to clean the bathroom, they don't want to do construction. They think all of these jobs are beneath them. But Latinos and Hispanics and Mexican people, they are proud people. They come out and they do whatever it takes to take care of their families. And they do it all day long. Some of them have jobs where they're getting paid under the table, to work in these garden stores. Some of them are getting paid jobs to work out in the fields. And they are working all day, no lunch break whatsoever. They're getting paid under the table. They're doing jobs that people like you and I and other people would not do. For me, I would do it, and I'm pretty sure you would if you had to take care of your family. I needed to work at Burger King or McDonald's or whatever it takes to take care of my family, I would do it. But the majority of the people think that those jobs are beneath them. When you go to the hotel and they clean your room, who's cleaning your room?
Exactly.
Who's cleaning your room?
Like most of the
Housekeeping are,
beautiful people.
And they're beautiful people,
I mean, they're cordial and respectful.
Very
You can hear
family.
about it.
Very
That's
much.
a hard job to do. It's a hard job to do.
I couldn't do it. Picking in the heat, picking fruit off the trees,
Yeah. Picking fruit in the heat.
or any kind of crops.
Yeah, those are very hard jobs to do. In the kitchen all day long. Cooking and cleaning, and when the restaurant closes, they're still there. They're still there. So for you to call them trash, those are the people who are really keep our country going, keep our country moving.
Yeah.
Without those people, we wouldn't be able to survive.
And if you know those people, you know how devoted they are to their families and how hard they want to work for them, and just give them a better.
Some of those same Puerto Ricans and Latinos and Hispanics, some of those same people probably did vote for Trump, and they had every right to live their constitutional right to vote for whoever they want. But as it stands now about him calling them trash and rapists and murderers, hey, I doubt they can vote for him.
He wants to send back people who are legal, people who are American citizens. He wants to send them back and deport them.
Exactly.
So he thinks, how people could think that's a man that's for them?
I just don't get it. I truly don't get it. I don't get it. Like, I go back to people who are like very intelligent people. And like, why are you voting for him? That's baffled. That's when you're talking about this. I'm like, why are you that kind of person in the office and to be your president? I just don't get it. There was a lady, and I won't say where, but she owns a business in the area. But she was just talking to me. And I think this lady is probably from, somewhere in India. She was saying, "You're not voting for Donald Trump, are you?" And I was like, she was because of, if nothing else, his character is not to be trusted. She was going on and on with me in her store, in her place of business, and I just was like, customers.
You talk about politics. A lot of people don't want to talk about it, or they don't want to let you know they're voting for Trump. They'll look it on Republican, and they'll stop it right there. They don't really want to let you know. And for me, if you are for something, don't be afraid to open your mouth. I'm not afraid to open my mouth about anything when it comes to politics. I am very strong when it comes to my opinion. And one of the reasons why is when my parents voted, they had to pay a poll tax to vote. When they voted in the 60s, they weren't allowed unless they paid for it.
Yeah.
Really? Yes. Look it up. It's history. They had to pay
I believe you. I doubt it.
in Louisiana, in Texas, they had to pay a poll tax in order to vote. And in some states, they had to take a competency test and pay a poll tax as well. And so that's why I feel so strongly about young African Americans getting out voting. My mom and her sisters, they would sell hot meat sandwiches, they would sell fish sandwiches, they would sell chicken sandwiches, so they can help their friends pay to vote. And so for me not to go and exercise my right to vote would be a slap in my ancestors' face. And so that's why I always ask the young adult, are you registered to vote? If not, in the first time that they tell me, I think so, I say, no, you're not. Why aren't you registered to vote? Have your parents told you about voting? Because it's your ancestors have paved the way with blood, sweat, and tears in order for you to vote.
I remember growing up, and I don't know, both my mom and my dad, but my dad was always very, very, active and aware. Like, I just was always brought up in a political, knowledgeable environment. Like, I remember when Watergate,
We all remember Watergate.
Yeah.
He did. I don't need nothing today.
Yeah. And I remember Jimmy Carter was running for president, and I was so mad. He came to Austin, and I was so mad at my dad because he took my older sister, but he didn't take me to go hear him speak, you know. So, and then I just remember, you know, again, and then when Jesse Jackson was running for president, we would go to my elementary school and they would have these little meetings, you know, just trying to organize people, like how they were going to try to help Jesse Jackson get elected. And just kind of always, it was my dad always like doing something, you know, to where I was always just kind of aware, and like when the debates were on, I remember like Jimmy Carter. It was,
I remember Jimmy Carter when at one time he was considered the worst president because of the gas prices. Gas prices that we had. But he went down in history as one of the most extraordinary humanitarians.
yes.
Look at what he did.
Yeah. So, you know, just the thing, he went out from being the worst to this most exceptional president.
So humble. Yes.
Yeah.
He's just a simple guy who he and his wife just devoted their lives
Right.
to building housing for people.
Right.
And my husband actually worked on several of those houses. He was in construction, and he would always have a crew go out and work. They have you work for a week.
Well, I've always worked in politics with my mom. I've always volunteered in politics, whether it was local, with state, city councilman, with state representative. She's always volunteered, always kept us in the loop about your rights to vote, about who to vote, and how to go out and look up a person's history, see if they best represent you and what you think. So I've always been in politics, and I think every person should not just, like I told my nephew, I say, pull up your dummy ballot. We pull up the dummy ballot. I say, if you ask me, who you're voting for, because it doesn't matter who I'm voting for. You go and read about each person on that ballot, and you check off to see if this is the person that's going to represent you. Right. And if it's not, I say, your vote does count. Your vote does count. When people say, I don't vote because it doesn't matter, they're going to put who they want in anyway, you're absolutely right. Because if I go and I vote like now, the biggest thing are judges. There's a lot of judges on the ballot. And I got an opportunity to go in there and say, hey, I know that you barely come to court, you keep on resetting that docket. I don't think you best represent me, and I'm not going to be close to this guy.
My good friend's running for first court of appeals. Well, he's incumbent. He got in last time. But I know he's a good man. So
I went to school with Casey Jones. She's on the. She's always been in office. Well, not always.
Right.
Right. But good people. But yeah, that's a very good point. It's not just.
That's how you teach your children.
yeah,
And how to, make a difference in their community. Because a lot of people think, oh, I'm voting. I'm only going to vote when it's time to vote for the presidential election. You got to teach them about voting for the local election too, and voting for different bonds in your community. Yeah. School district bonds. You got to teach them about that.
local elections.
Local election
Extremely
They're
important.
really important.
Right now, we need to make Congress and the Senate both Democratic, so we can get the right things done and get people like Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
I don't think Laura Boebt's gonna win this election, so I think she'll probably be out of Congress. And that Matt Gaetz, so he's a child molester, and they vote him in.
Vote him in. Oh, we got 2 more days. 2 more days. Oh, 1.5.
Yeah.
Technically, to see who's going to be our next president. And I think maybe we'll come back here on the weekend. Maybe Tuesday, just to have a little powwow and see where we're at. And,
We should do it Wednesday.
Well, we do it Wednesday. How about that, guys? Wednesday. After the election. We might, especially now, I do just a little pop up
Just
You know,
to
see what people are doing and who they're voting for and how they voted. Yeah,
You
you know, it's going to be
a
a
tight
tight one.
I think Georgia's going to be an interesting state because I
Georgia and Pennsylvania.
I don't see funny business going on in Pennsylvania, but I do see it going on in Georgia.
Mhm. I see it going on in Georgia, but I'm anxious to see who's gonna, come out the top in Pennsylvania.
They've all of a sudden started throwing out ballots and
Burning ballots
and throwing voters off the roll, disqualifying them.
That's happening in Georgia.
It's happening in Georgia, and there's another state it's happening in. And of course, the Supreme Court backed them up.
And they don't forget he gets in office. If Donald Trump gets in office,
Yeah, he
he
wants
wants
to.
to,
He's already bought the Supreme
He's
Court.
already,
exactly, he took it out of my mouth.
he
He
took
took
it
it out of my mouth.
So hopefully, if she gets in, either she'll do something, they'll put term limits, which I think they need on the Supreme
Yeah.
Court. They need term limits, or they'll impeach them because they Kavanaugh lied during his hearing. He committed perjury, and Alita and Thomas also.
Oh, don't even bring it up.
So I'm praying she gets in. She gets in, we'll have a.
Well, I hope she gets in and we shall see. And this was our little powwow today, guys, about who will be our next president. Hopefully, we have Vice President Harris on partial to that. And
Where is Trini? No. What's her name? Our friend. Our speakeasy. She's a member of the Y.
I don't know.
She's a Trump supporter.
Meredith.
Yes.
Meredith was gonna be here, but Meredith had a
Seizure. So she's not going to be here. She'll be here next time. But anyway, I think
we're gonna wind it down, Shayla, and we're gonna,
you know,
call
call
it
it
a
a
day.
day.
We have a very good one discussion. We'll be back on Wednesday and maybe Tuesday.
I'll let you know. You guys go check it out on Facebook, and I'll let you know if we're going to be on Tuesday. But for sure, Wednesday we'll be back, and hopefully we'll have more people to tune in on our presidential election and see what happens. You guys have a great day.
Very interesting.
Yes.
Tuesday night.